Elsa, when you look at Italy, so it seems that there's a little bit of volatility in the spreads because people freak out, especially international investors, freak out at the politics of Italy, and then it gets tempered down and then it flares back up again. Is this, binary scenario just going to go on like this for a while longer?
It seems that way, and I think that's why we're seeing euro-dollar, whereas normally you'd either have a kind of clear signal, risk on, risk off, actually trading quite risk neutral at the moment. And so on the one hand, you still have investors wanting to short it, like you said, particularly international investors. On the other hand, Draghi last week, a little bit more optimistic, and I think the best way is to kind of just stay clear and look for opportunities elsewhere.
So Steve, overall, and you said, the European Union have to deal with Italy. At the same time, the people in charge of Italy, they're populist, but their base is wealthy for the league, are wealthy entrepreneurs who want to be making money and to be competitive. So they're looking at the spread. They have no reason to aggravate the markets.
Well, they do have a reason to aggravate the market ultimately, because the reason they're suffering as industrialists is they're being forced to have an overvalued currency. If they still had the lira, if never made the mistake of forming the euro in the first place, the lira would be 30% cheaper than the Deutschmark would be now, if not more. And the reason Italian manufacturing has gone backwards is because every year German inflation has been at least 1% less than Italian, which itself has been trivial. But if you compound that over 20 years, you get about a 25% price disadvantage.
Steve, that's a really important idea here, the sense of a chronic reality for Europe. Where are we in the sense of that chronic? I mean, are we at a tipping point where things unravel when you link in populist democracies in with these observations of the spread between different countries, or can they play it out longer?
I'm afraid I think the latter, Tom, because one of the old cliches of trying to predict the future is that trends that are unsustainable can go on for far longer than you expect, and then when they fall apart, they collapse quicker than you want them to anyway. So I can see this lasting another 5 or 10 years, but keeping it going, we're going to have the deindustrialisation of what was an industrial powerhouse, which is Italy.